Ngozi and the glittering illusion. In the days when the trees still whispered the secrets of the wind, and the elders sat beneath the great Iroko tree to tell stories of wisdom, there lived a girl named Ngozi in the southeastern lands of Nigeria. Ngozi was no ordinary girl. From the moment she was born, people said she was touched by the gods. Her eyes were the color of the sky just before sunrise, a red sparkling blue that glimmered like the river Niger on a clear morning. Her hair, thick and long, was always braided with care by her mother and adorned with beads that danced when she walked. Her skin glowed like oji oil rubbed under the sun, and she carried herself with the pride of lioness. The villagers often sing, Ngozi, 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 daughter of beauty, child of grace. But will beauty guide her heart's place? As she grew older, Ngozi became even more enchanting. She began to wear fine ornaments, coral beads from her uncle in the riverine town, anklets that made soft music when she walked, and wrappers dyed in deep indigo. Her presence lit up the village square. Now, in Ngozi's village, when a girl became ripe for marriage, the suitors will come, and come they did. Every week, men arrived, farmers with strong backs, hunters with callous hands, traders with honest eyes. They brought gifts, tubers of yam, gourds of fresh palm wine, woven mats, and basket of ripe plantains. They bowed low before her father, Ozemena, and spoke with respect. But Ngozi will not even come to the front of the compound to greet them. He is too poor. His wrapper is faded. He cannot give me the life I desire, she would say. Her mother cautioned her gently. My daughter, a man's heart is more important than his pockets. Her father warned, not all that glitters is gold. But Ngozi's ears were closed and her eyes were fixed on dreams of lace, gold, and city lights. One dry season afternoon, just as the Hamatan breeze was swiping dust across the village path, a man arrived in a red car that roared like thunder. He wore glasses with golden rims and walked with cane, not from age, but from pride. His name was Emeka. He brought wine in glass bottles, perfumes that smelled of distant lands, and jewelry that caught the sun like fire. His words were sweet like honey, and his smiles never faded. I am Emeka, he said, a businessman from the big city. I have many houses, many cars, and many riches. I want a wife who is beautiful, a queen for my palace. I have chosen Ngozi. The village buzzed. People whispered and watched. Many doubted, some envied. But Ngozi, oh, Ngozi's heart leaped with joy. I never knew that my prince would come. She smiled, not listening to her grandmother, who shook her head and said, my child, remember, the eyes can be fooled by shine. True worth is not won. The wedding was the grandest the village had ever seen. The drums beat through the night, Goats were roasted, dancers spun in circles, and the air was filled with laughter. Ngozi looked radiant. She stood next to Emeka, wrapped in glittering fabrics, her fingers heavy with rings. Then the time came to leave. She climbed into the red car, waved at her people, and disappeared down the winding road, believing her life of luxury had begun. But the truth, like the moon behind clouds, was only hiding. Within weeks, the cracks began to show. One morning, a man banged on the door. "This car is not yours," he shouted. Another came. "You owe me for the wedding clothes." One by one, the furniture, the jewelry, even the house was taken away. Ngozi watched, frozen as everything vanished. Emeka finally confessed, "I am sorry. I have no riches. I borrowed everything to win your heart." Ngozi felt the earth shake beneath her feet. Her ornaments now felt like shackles, her wrappers heavy with shame. And worse, her belly had become to swell with child. In her culture, once a woman is married and pregnant, she cannot return to her father's house. The door to her past has closed, and the path ahead was rough and sharp. Emeka took her to his real home, a shack near the city's edge, made of wood and rusted iron sheets. The ground was muddy, the air filled with smoke, and rats scurried along the corners. The neighbors fought loudly, children cried from hunger, and water dripped from the leaking roof. Ngozi sat on a torn mat and wept. She cried for her foolishness, for the love she rejected, for the pride that had led her here. She remembered the kind faces of suitors she once laughed at, their honest eyes and hard working hands. Now she had none of that, only broken dreams and a silent room. Months later, with a child strapped to her back, Ngozi returned to the village. She was not seeking pity nor trying to reclaim her past. She came to visit her mother, to greet the elders, and to walk the path she once ruled with pride. But the children pointed. "That is the girl who married the rich man." Some laughed, some shook their heads, others felt sorry, but none forgot. Ngozi walked with her head low, her step humbled. She no longer wore gold, but in her eyes there was a new light, the kind that only comes from learning. She began to speak kindly, help others, and teach young girls. Do not be blinded by shine. A man's wealth is not in what he wears, but in how he treats you. Not all that glitters is gold. And the elders nodded, for now she understood. Moral of the story: true beauty is not in ornaments, but in wisdom. True wealth is not in gold, but in a good heart. Listen to your elders. Not all that shines is treasure.